Welcome to Quranic Stories Animated. In every episode, we share the timeless lessons of the Holy Quran, the stories of prophets, their trials and patience, their faith and obedience to Allah. These stories guide us, inspire us, and remind us of Allah's wisdom and mercy. Join us as we bring the words of the Quran to life. The sun rose over Egypt, its light revealing the stored grain that saved the land. People from distant regions arrived seeking food and hope. Long caravans of camels approached the city gates. Among them were Yusuf's brothers, worn from the journey. They entered the marketplace, surrounded by the noise of trade. They did not recognize Yusuf, who now held authority. He stood tall, wearing a simple robe, wise and calm. His eyes softened as he saw them. He remembered the dream of his youth. Allah's plan was unfolding. The brothers bowed respectfully before Yusuf. He asked them, "Where have you come from?" They said, "We have come from Canaan to buy food." He listened patiently, hiding his identity. He ordered his servants to fill their bags with grain. He said, "Bring your youngest brother next time." They nodded, not knowing who he was. Yusuf's heart ached with mercy. He secretly placed their payment back in their bags. He watched as they departed through the city gate. The brothers returned home to their father. They told Yaqub of the man in Egypt. They said, "He asked us to bring our youngest brother." Yaqub was filled with sorrow and fear. He said, "Shall I trust you as I trusted you before?" They promised to protect Benjamin. Yaqub raised his hands in dua. He said, "Allah is the best protector." The family prepared for the next journey. The desert wind carried the sound of faith. The brothers returned to Egypt with Benjamin. Yusuf saw them approaching and smiled softly. He welcomed them with kindness and dignity. He invited them to dine in his hall. Benjamin sat beside him at the table. Yusuf whispered to him gently, "I am your brother." Tears filled Benjamin's eyes. Yusuf said, "Be patient. Allah is with us." He planned with wisdom to keep his brother safe. That night, peace filled Yusuf's heart. When morning came, the brothers prepared to leave. Servants loaded the camels with food and grain. Yusuf ordered that a royal cup be placed in Benjamin's bag. The caravan began to move out of the city. A guard cried out, "The king's cup is missing." The brothers turned back in confusion. They searched their bags one by one. The cup was found in Benjamin's sack. Shock and fear filled the brothers' faces. They fell silent before Yusuf. Yusuf's servants surrounded them. The brothers pleaded, "Please, take one of us instead." Yusuf said calmly, "We keep only the one with the cup." He looked at Benjamin with compassion. The brothers bowed their heads in despair. Yusuf turned away, hiding his emotion. He whispered, "O my Lord, you are most merciful." He walked to the window, watching them from afar. The palace was filled with silence. He prayed for Allah's guidance. The brothers returned to Yaqub without Benjamin. Their father listened in grief. He cried, "O my sons, go and search for Yusuf and his brother." Tears fell upon his face until his eyes became weak. He said, "I complain only to Allah." The brothers left again with heavy hearts. They returned to Egypt once more. Yusuf saw them approaching, and his heart softened. He said to himself, "Now the time has come." The will of Allah was near fulfillment. The brothers stood before Yusuf once again. He looked at them with gentle eyes. He said, "Do you know what you did to Yusuf and his brother?" They froze in disbelief. One whispered, "Are you truly Yusuf?" He said, "I am Yusuf, and this is my brother." They stepped back in awe and shame. He said, "Whoever fears Allah and is patient, Allah never wastes the reward of the good." The brothers fell to their knees, weeping. Mercy filled the palace like light. Yusuf forgave them with a sincere heart. He said, "No blame upon you today." He raised his hands in gratitude to Allah. The brothers wept with relief and love. They embraced one another after years of pain. The servants rejoiced at the miracle. Yusuf's eyes shone with tears of thankfulness. He said, "Allah has been kind to us." Peace settled upon the land. The test had turned into mercy. Later, Yusuf sent word to his father. He said, "Bring all your family to Egypt." Yaqub wept in joy when he heard the message. The family prepared for the long journey. Caravans moved slowly across the desert. They reached the gates of Egypt. Yusuf came out to meet them. Father and son embraced after years apart. Yaqub's eyes healed by Allah's mercy. The dream of Yusuf was fulfilled. The family gathered in peace before Allah. They thanked him for his mercy and wisdom. Yusuf said, "My Lord, you gave me power and knowledge. You are the creator of the heavens and the earth. Let me die as one who submits to you." The sun set gently over the valley of Egypt. Peace spread across the land. This was the promise of Allah fulfilled. Faith triumphed over envy and pain. The story of Yusuf became a light for all believers. Thank you for watching Quran Stories. The stories of the Holy Quran are lessons for all time about faith, patience, and guidance. We hope this story inspired you and reminded you of Allah's wisdom. Subscribe and continue with us as we share more timeless lessons from the Holy Quran.